Elon Musk goes ballistic on GoFundMe. Elon Musk did not mince words when he decided to call out GoFundMe for its hypocrisy following its current actions regarding the cancellation of the Freedom Convoy fundraiser. The website is considered to be a world-renowned online fundraising platform and was seen to have gone against everything it stood for when it decided to block the fundraiser. The platform went with the action claiming that the trucker movement had violated its terms of service due to reports of it possibly promoting violence and harassment. Musk quickly took to his Twitter account, which currently holds 73 million followers, to express his dismay towards the platform's actions. If you like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe and notification bell to get future updates on new videos from Big Brain Money. In November of 2021, Trudeau's administration announced that it would soon be imposing a law that would require truckers crossing the US-Canadian border to be vaccinated. This was in hopes of keeping in line with the US, who imposed the same mandate on all its truckers earlier that year. On January 15th, the policy came into effect, but was met with resistance not only from truckers themselves, but also from politicians. Many were quick to point out that the vaccination mandate on the workers was a violation of their rights to health, this being the freedom to choose how to pursue good health in the way they see fit and to be free from any kind of interference, in this case being vaccinated. Truckers made comments that the policy is pushing them to choose between getting vaccinated or losing their job. This is in consideration to the fact that the last 2 years have been hard for these kinds of workers due to the consistent lockdowns brought about by the pandemic. A number of politicians were also in support of the truckers, with some highlighting pictures of empty store shelves as the result of the vaccination mandate. They argued that the mandate would not only have an effect on the employment sector, but in the economic sector as well, given the amount of goods being exchanged over the US-Canadian border. Despite all this, Trudeau's administration did not move to consider revoking the policy, consequently leading to an escalation in the tension surrounding the issue. As the news of the truckers' adamant stand against the administration spread, so did the support it got from other anti-vaccination groups from around the world. One of those who expressed such support was Tesla CEO Elon Musk. On January 28, 2022, Elon tweeted out, "Canadian truckers rule," during the height of the protests. Around this time, truckers and other supporters decided to launch a GoFundMe page where people from all over the world could donate in order to help the cause. A few days before the protesters were poised to set out to Ottawa, the page had already garnered over $3.5 million from 46,000 donors. The amount soon ballooned to $10 million as the protests continued. The looming success was, however, cut short when the GoFundMe platform suddenly decided to block the fundraiser. According to a statement released by the organization, the decision was made because the peaceful demonstration has become an occupation, with police reports of violence and other unlawful activity. This was in line with Trudeau's statements regarding the protests, where he says, "We're not intimidated by those who hurl insults and abuse at small business workers and steal food from the homeless. We won't give in to those who fly racist flags. We won't cave to those who engage in vandalism or dishonor the memory of our veterans. There is no place in our country for threats, violence, and hatred. So to those responsible for this behavior, it needs to stop." The Prime Minister's statements were met with even more outrage, as protesters, who have now converged in Ottawa, have largely remained peaceful in their protest. Several videos have surfaced showing that the protests were organized and respectful. Some even highlighted the unity that the Canadians had over this issue, given that several citizens of different ethnic backgrounds came to show their support. Because of this, the tension between the protesters and the current administration has escalated even more, with them now requesting that Trudeau step down from his current position. Some people believe that it was a move by the administration to undermine the credibility and reputation that the movement currently has. Following the GoFundMe announcement of the fundraiser termination, Elon Musk expressed disappointment over the website's actions. In fact, the Tesla CEO even labeled the website as professional thieves. This was in light of GoFundMe's decision to seize the accumulated amount and donate them to credible and established charities. Musk said the move clearly showed double standards. He mentions that the BLM protests, which occurred just a year before, continued to have an open-line fundraiser on the website despite clear breaches in terms of use. In 2020, the Black Lives Matter movement shook the world, not just because of the blatant violation of human rights towards African Americans, but also because of the shocking amount of verified reports pertaining to violence and destruction of public property. Taking all of this into account, the website kept an open channel for the donations, thus showing clear contrast to its current actions towards the current events. Fortunately, this doesn't spell the end for the donations and worldwide support the protesters have been gaining over the past few weeks. A group under the moniker Honk 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 have already started a second fundraiser on a different platform called Tallycoin. The fundraiser was actually started a few days before GoFundMe's decision to terminate their fundraiser. In fact, the events surrounding GoFundMe have all the more catapulted the second fundraiser to even more popularity. Jesse Powell, founder of the cryptocurrency exchange platform Kraken, has already donated roughly $45,000. On Twitter, he continues to show his support for the truckers, saying, "Fix the money, fix the world. Mandates are immoral. End the madness. Honk honk, hashtag Freedom Convoy 2022. As of February 8, the group has already managed to garner a solid amount of 12.5 Bitcoin, which is approximately over $500,000 in worth. That said, it's quite possible that the amount would continue to grow in the coming days or weeks as the protests continue. It's worth noting that 80% of Canadians are actually fully vaccinated. According to polls, 65% of Canadians believe that the Freedom Convoy represents a small minority of selfish Canadians. However, 44% of the fully vaccinated Canadians still feel empathy towards the truck drivers who are now partaking in the protest. Politicians believe that this issue is but a reflection of the society's underlying frustrations. Trudeau continues to uphold their citizens' rights to voice out their opinion, as well as their rights to protest, but that it must not come at the expense of the economy and other citizens. The events in Ottawa, Canada have already sparked oppositions towards mandated vaccinations, especially since governments from all over the world are now putting the policy into effect. With the initial protests in Canada, it may be possible that we'll see other groups stand up for the same movement as well. It could even spark changes in terms of policy legislations, especially to those that seek to undermine the citizens' individual rights to health. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below and remember to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell, and share this video.